All right, it looks like it's time to get started. So, welcome to today's Wednesday webinar. My name is Stephen Ward. I'm the online trade show manager here at New Order, and I am looking very much forward to showing you the new online trade show feature and working through your brand profile creation and setup. So that is the purpose of today's webinar, but just to give you guys a little bit of context. So over the past year, our current marketplace has been in very high demand. We have seen a tremendous amount of retailers and buyers requesting access from brands. And through that, we have developed a much more improved experience, and we're calling it the Online Trade Show. So for the next 3 to 4 weeks, we're going to be in an initial setup period. And we are going to do this so that all of our brands can get ahead of the game and set up profiles before we go live in July. And once we go live in July, we'll be releasing it to all of the retailers and buyers on New Order and within the existing marketplace, and we'll be directing them to the new online trade show feature to your brands, and we'll be retiring the old marketplace. So with that said, I'd like to get started here. And also to note, if you do have any questions, I'll be answering questions at the end. So feel free to go ahead and chat your questions to me, throughout the course of this webinar, and I'll answer all of them at the end. Okay, so just to go ahead and get started here, the first thing I want to do is go through the profile creation. And so you should have all received an email. So what we did is we sent out an email to all of our admin users on New Order. And that email, give me one second, email looks like this. So it is specific to each portal. So if you're an admin user that is connected to multiple portals, you would have gotten multiple emails. So what you'll see and notice is that there is a create profile link here, and then there's also webinars scheduled as well. So you can actually register for upcoming webinars by selecting these links here. The next one being next Wednesday, and then the following Wednesday after that. And those will be catered to allowing you to see the new trade show feature from a buyer's perspective, but also continuing to help you set up your brand profiles, as that's one of the most important parts of getting this new online trade show feature up and running for your brand. So just go ahead and get started here. We're going to go ahead and select the create profile link. So if all of you are following along, you'll be in the email, you'll select the create profile link. That create profile link will then take you to what's called the no brand profile found page. You'll go ahead and select yes, and then you'll be brought to what I like to call the blank canvas, and that is just an unedited brand profile. So from here, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and select edit mode. And edit mode allows you to create content and edit content on the page. So what we can do is go ahead and just go through each part of this brand profile page and start updating it. So notice up here you have what's the hero image slider. So we hold up to 4 hero images at a 1200 by 400 width and height. And in order to update this, you can either select the file from your desktop or just simply drag and drop. In my case, I'm actually going to just go ahead and drag and drop a image into this slider here. And you'll see it as it updates. I can go ahead and add another slide if I want by selecting add a slide, or I can use the carousel here. And just to note that this carousel will automatically be rotating from a non-edit view. So quick note, if you ever want to delete that, you can go ahead and use this trash can and red trash can icon here. So just give me one second. Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure that we still had audio. I saw that someone had raised their hand asking about that. So we do. So the next part of this is I want to actually go into the logo section here. And so I can simply drag or drop a logo into this section. So I'm actually just going to drag a logo into this section here. And it'll update like so. And so now we have our hero image and our logo. You'll notice that we have what's called a profile subheading here. What this allows you to do is just put a quick snapshot and description of your brand. And this is helpful for retailers to kind of get a feel for who you are. So I'm going to go ahead and select the within here and edit, and then I'm going to take the About Us from New Order. And put it into here. So now that that's edited, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to edit my social links. And so just in case you didn't see that, it was kind of quick, you can go ahead and edit your social links by selecting this button here called Edit Social Links. You go in, and for the first one for your website, you can just go ahead and enter in your full website. And then you'll see that for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, we've already predefined the URL for you. So all you have to do is put the extension. And then you'll notice that once the icons have been updated with teal, that those are now live. And what this allows retailers to do is actually select your icon for whether it be your Twitter, your website, or Instagram, or your Facebook, and they'll actually just take them directly to that. So that way it kind of allows them to, dive deeper into your brand and start seeing more of the content that you guys are generating on a weekly basis. So the next thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and start selecting category tags. Now, category tags are super important because this is what retailers are going to be searching by. So you're basically setting all of the criterion that when a retailer searches for specific category tags, your brand will populate on that list. So the first thing I want to do is set up price point. I'm going to go ahead and put some trade shows. So select a couple here. Great. Then I'm also going to put the categories that are applicable to the brand that I'm working on. So this is actually a women's apparel brand. So I'm going to do young contemporary, not outdoor, but Missy. We'll do intimates and nightwear, evening formal, and designer. I don't have any men's footwear. I do have some accessories, so I'll just go ahead and put accessories here. All right. And none of these other categories apply to this specific brand, but I know that a lot of our brands do fall within these categories, such as men's footwear, home and garden, electronics, food and beverage, beauty, automotive. So you can use all of those category tags as search criteria, and I suggest that you do so. The next thing is going to be filling out the About Us section. So for this particular content, I'm going to go ahead and use the What We Do from New Order. And then the next thing that I want to do is go ahead and upload some items that are going to be available to download. Now, these items are going to be available to download from your retailers. So there's things like if you have any point of sale content that you want to provide, or line sheets or lookbooks or any creative or lifestyle content, that's the place where you can do it. So what I'm going to do here is just drag and drop some content that I have ready to go that I want to be made available. So I'm just going to go ahead and drag and drop one, and then I'm going to drag and drop another one here. And so you'll notice that we keep on getting icons down here. And so these are just icons letting you know that there are successful uploads. So these two are now ready for download. And now you can actually select this red trash can icon if you wanted to delete any of these. So the next thing that I wanted to go over is the being able to show and display products for guest previews. And so to quickly explain that, what we're going to allow in this new online trade show feature is the functionality to where you can display products to guest buyers that you deem available for viewing. So the way we're going to do that, I'm going to show you in 1 second. But the reason why this is something that we heard here at NuORDER is that buyers, in order to shop with brands, they want to see a quick preview of all of their items, right? So what we're going to allow you to do as brands is leverage the current products that are on your platform and be able to do a quick display of them. So what this line sheet dropdown does is, if there is any line sheets that you currently have in your portal, they will populate here. But then the next part of this is that what we want to do is we want to make sure that what we have set up is the products that we want viewable to buyers. So if you select a line sheet, the first 15 products of that line sheet will show up. So if you wanted to create a specific line sheet for your brand profile, that's something that I would recommend doing if there's 15 specific products that you want to show. But if you feel that your products can be represented with a current line sheet, all you have to do is select that line sheet, and then you'll notice that you're prompted here, and that is that there are no products that are visible to guest buyers in this line sheet. So in order to show those products on those line sheets, we need to go ahead and go into admin. So I'm going to select this, and this is going to take me to admin, and we need to go to a place called the Online Tradeshow section that I'm going to go to as soon as it loads here. So I'll go ahead and scroll down. And it's called the Online Tradeshow Setup section. It's under brand information and admin. I know you guys are all familiar with admin. And I'll go ahead and go into it. And then we set up what are called whitelisting rules. So whitelisting products for guest buyers. So what this does is, any values that you want attached to products to show buyers, that's what we allow for here. So we do have the ability to display all products to guest buyers by selecting yes and then save. You can do that. Or what I would like to show you is setting up the rules for which products can be shown to guest buyers. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a rule that I'm going to set up a rule by, let's see here. I'm going to set up a rule by category. And then what's really cool is that now we set up category, you just select the value, and what it does, something that you guys haven't seen before, is it now will pull in all the values from your product data for those specific areas. So I can just start adding different categories here that I want to show. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Perfect. And so now that I've added all of the different values that I want to be applicable for guest buyers and viewable, I'm going to go ahead and save that. And then notice that this actually took us to another page. So I'm actually going to go just navigate back to the page I was working on. And then I'm going to select a line sheet with those applicable products. And so in this example, it looks like only one product showed up from the line sheet that I selected. And what you'll see here is another notification message saying, basically letting you know if you haven't seen all the products from a chosen line sheet, that you can actually go in and continue adding whitelisting values. So I'm just going to select another line sheet that maybe has more applicable products. So the agenda preview is one that had more products. So what you can do is either continue selecting certain line sheets that have the products you want, or you could create a new line sheet that has 15 of the specific products that you want to show. So it's really up to you, but it does have the ability to go up to 15 products down here. So the next thing that I want to do is take you out of edit mode and show you what it looks like. So let me actually, this is not loading how I want it to, so give me 1 second. Perfect. So now it looks like that there's a tiny bit of a technical issue right here, which I will follow back up on. But what should be showing here is the ability, when after you come out of edit mode, that hero image should display there. And I know it is for some brands who have already started setting it up. So I just need to look into why mine's not doing that. But then what you have here is a fully completed brand profile. And so what I highly suggest you do is just go ahead and start setting up these brand profiles. If you have any questions, please email onlinetradeshow@neworder.com. I will be highly active and proactive with reaching out to all of you. If you're having any questions, issues, profile creation setup, I'm more than happy to walk through with you on phone calls, walk through setting them up. And then there's also going to be more, functionality updates to come. And I really, really am looking forward to seeing all of your profiles set up and created. So if you have any questions, now would be the time to start asking them. And I'm going to go ahead and start answering some. So it looks like Covina Washington asks, what tab are you under? So the current tab that I am under is, give me 1 second. So that was a little bit ago, but the tabs that I've been under is the brand profile page, which I was on, and then the next one I went to was admin to set up the whitelisting role. So those are the only 2 tabs that I've been under. Let's see. I'm currently lost. Which tab did you originally go under? I'd like to follow along. Okay, so you were asking, Covina, was where. Okay, so the original tab that I was in was from the create profile link in the email. So right now in the navigation, there's not a specific place to select to go to create your profile because it's not live yet. This is the initial setup period. So if you want to create your profile, you just select the link in the email, right? Or when you get here to the brand profile, you can just favorite it, and that way you can always navigate back to it for edits. So that way it's always easy. So I hope that answered your question, and if not, you can get back to me via either intercom in the app or an email. Jamie Chavs asked, does the Instagram feed work yet? So the Instagram feed, the reason why I didn't show is because we're having some technical issues with it, but it should work within the next couple days. And this is a really, really cool feature, and I am really excited to show that to you guys on the next webinar. It just wasn't ready for this webinar, so I'm going to make sure to send out an email to let you guys know when it's ready for setup, so everyone who's already set up a profile can just go back and link it up. And it actually only takes about 30 seconds to link it because you just log into your own Instagram credentials, and it's really fantastic. Let me see if other questions here. So how does the customer request access from this page? That's a great question. So in the future, when we do go live, for those of you who can still see my screen, there's going to be a button here, right here, that says connect with this brand. What that's going to do is once you select it, it's going to take you into a guest view of your portal. Once they have gotten into a guest view of your portal, they're going to be able to see 20 to 30 products, or how many ever products you want that you have deemed viewable to guest buyers, and then they can go ahead and request access to shop from your brand, and you'll receive an email to go ahead and be able to add them. Looking at other questions here. David Hall, thank you for asking that. So I'm actually taking that down right now. Your question was, can the line sheet be inactive so our customers can't see it, but it's visible in the trade show? Currently, right now, the line sheet does have to be active so they can see it in the trade show. But I will try and fit in a request to make it to where it can be inactive and still show in the trade show, mainly for the use case where you're creating a specific line sheet for the virtual trade show. So I'm making that note now. Thank you very much. So I'm still looking at some questions here. So Maggie Brown asks, can you just quickly highlight some main differences between this platform and what it offers in the for the ability for buyers to discover our brand and become more frequently than before. So what this is going to do is not only are you getting more features and functionality to kind of tell your brand story, but the possibilities for how we're setting this up are going to be marketing and sending out emails to buyers on your behalf, recommending your products, where before that wasn't happening, just due to the functionality. So this is a completely new feature, and what it's going to allow for is more buyer and proactive outreach on behalf of the platform for new customers. So I hope that answers some of your questions, and the next couple webinars we'll be going a little bit more over what it's going to look like from the buyer's point of view. Another question was, you said the marketplace currently will be disappearing. Will you be importing our items from the marketplace into this new platform? So the answer to that is no. So we're not going to be migrating any items from a current marketplace into the new marketplace. This is a completely brand new, fresh slate. A lot of the content in here is going to be new and updated from 4.0. So that, it does only take about 10 to 15 minutes to set this up, as everything's really editable in the app itself. So no, we're not going to be migrating over, but it is really easy to use and update. Yes, David. Yeah. So absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure to get that request in. And thank you for that question and consistent feedback. I appreciate that. I don't see any other questions coming in. I see there's still 39 participants on. I will be staying on for the next 5 minutes to answer questions live. If you do have them, please continue to send them in. Elizabeth, thank you for that question. Yes, absolutely. So in some of the next webinars and in some of the feature updates you'll be getting, you'll see that there are multiple, so you're going to have full customization of what guest buyers can see for those products. So yes, you could restrict pricing, you could restrict inventory, you can restrict other product details you don't want them to see. So you could literally just show them an image of the product, the name, and maybe suggested MSRP, and that would be it. And that is going to all be fully customizable. Thank you for asking. So for the show floor, the gallery, the brands, I saw that question come in, and what does that look like? So what we have is it's called the Browse Brands Gallery. So that is actually going to be something I'm going over in the next webinar, mostly because a lot of brands haven't set it up yet. I don't want to necessarily show it just yet because it's not ready as the link went out today. So a lot of brands are still creating their profiles. But by next week, we will have enough traction to show that to you. So Maggie, is it possible to make different line sheet previews available to different buyer profile categories? So the answer to that is so no, you can only have one line sheet in your brand profile. However, if you use your whitelisting to show different buyers' products, you can select whatever categories you want to be available for buyers when they log into the portal for them to see all of those different categories. So I hope that answers your question. And then so Bobby, can you merchandise or edit the images shown on the front side of this page? So the front side of this page is edited within the edit mode. And what I'm not sure I understand the front side of this page. It might be that you're referring to the actual view mode. But yes, you can absolutely do that and edit it within here. I understand you're bringing them into via categories, but it seems to auto-populate. Can that be merchandise to show in a range rather than all in the same category? I'm not sure I understand that fully, Bobby. If you could possibly reiterate that question or email me at onlinetradeshow@neworder.com, where I could get on the phone with you or talk to you specifically, because I'm not sure I totally understand that question. So Jamie, so what we have to do when we're editing all of the categories is we need to make sure that all of them are applicable to all of our brands. So if we start getting specific into things like, your example was a pink maxi dress, we would be in danger of, basically allowing for search criteria that doesn't apply to all of our brands and isn't universal. What we have been thinking about is possibly using things like material, just because that can be pretty universal, and then possibly even searching by color. But if you could follow up with me after that, we could definitely talk about that. Yes, so Bobby, so the 4 product images are showing below. So yes, those can absolutely be edited. All you have to do is select line sheets, different line sheets that you want to show up, and then select whitelisting rules to make the first 15 of those line sheets visible. Okay, everyone, so that about wraps it up. Like I said, I really appreciate everyone jumping on and walking through the initial profile setup. If you have any further questions, please email me at onlinetradeshow@neworder.com, or also you can use Intercom, our in-app messaging service, to get a hold of me as well. And I'd be more than happy to help you guys in any way I can. I look forward to seeing all of your profiles set up. Thank you and have a great day.